So, so chanting is very important. One day, Naradaman went to see Krishna, but Krishna was not there. So he went to the topmost Vaikuntha planet, Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna Loka. But there, Krishna was not there. Then he was very disturbed. My Lord. So then again, sometime later he went, he saw Krishna. So he asked, my Lord, whenever I want to see you, I should see you. What is that? Whenever I want to see you, I should see you. Krishna said, you're asking my address? So he said, yes. You know? So whenever I want your address, whenever I want to see, I should see you. Aapka darshan ye chahiye, mujhe milna hai. So Krishna said, all right. So Krishna said this, Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshva. Arjuna, Narada, I am not present in the hearts of yogis who meditate. And I am not present in Vaikuntha. Then where am, my Lord, where are you present then? Yatra gayanti madbhakta tatra tishtami Narada. Where my devotees chant my holy name. You know, where my devotees come together and glorify my name, glorify my form, glorify my leela, pastimes. Tatra tishtami, there I am sitting. So if you chant Hare Krishna mantra for half an hour, Krishna will sit with you half an hour. You will not see that. If you chant for 2 hours, Krishna will be with you 2 hours. If you chant for 6 hours, Krishna will be with you 6 hours. If you chant for 15 minutes, Krishna will be with you 15 minutes. You are with Krishna means what? You are in the spiritual world. You are liberated. So Bhakti Yoga means a person who is practicing Bhakti Yoga is already liberated. You're listening? So actually Ram Navami is coming now. Should I tell a small story? I'll tell you. So Lord Ramchandra was building a bridge. So he was overseeing the bridge being built. So then what happened? So all the monkeys are bringing big stones, and they were writing on the stones, Sri Ram, and they were throwing the stones in the ocean, and all the stones were floating. Then Ramchandra said, Lord Ram thought, wow, amazing. All the stones are floating. That is how they built the bridge. So in the night, what happened? My name is causing the stones to float. What if I throw the stone? And what he did, he went and he threw a stone in the waters. What happened? Can anyone guess? He expected that to float, but the stone drowned. Hare Krishna. Stone drowned. Then thank God nobody saw that. So everyone is thinking, I am this, I am that, but so when he turned back, Hanuman was there watching this. Then Lord Ramchandra asked, Hanuman, what is this? My name, you're all writing my name and it's floating. The stones are floating, but I myself have thrown the stone, but it's drowned. Hanuman said, my Lord, Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrar Pitani Mita Smaranina Kala Ita Drishita Grava Bhagavan Mapi Durdayo Midrashmya Jarinanuraga. My Lord, you want to tell you have invested all your energies, potencies, all your Shakti in and the stone in your name. And there are no rules to chant your name. You are telling your name is more powerful than you, because you yourself have invested all the potencies in that holy name. To prove that, my Lord, you yourself drowned the stone. Otherwise, by your will, all the planets, they float in the sky, right? Unlimited number of planets and stars, they just float in the sky. What is the difficulty for you just to make the tiny stone float, just to make the tiny stone float? Lord Ramchandra smiled and said, that's a good understanding. So this japa, chanting, is very, very wonderful. Lord Chaitanya, he took it out from Kalishandra Upanishad and he gave it. Like, what is that? If you have a very high fever, doctor will give the medicine in a very high dosage, maybe 1000 mg Restaclin. So, I mean, what I mean to say is like high dosage. Because in America they give Tylenol. So, so the idea is the doctor wants the fever to be controlled fast. So likewise, Kali Yuga, we don't live long. Mandas mandamate mandavagya upadrata prayan albayish kalav sabhyasman yugejana. People of this age were dull towards spiritualism. When somebody is sincere, they're misguided. There are 108 philosophies. We don't know which one to follow. Mandavagya, whoever one may be, he or she is very unfortunate, because there is always some quarreling, there is always some anxiety. Kaliya means actually anxiety, worry. And what is it? Prayana alpaish. The lifespans are very less. People don't even live 100 years. In fact, anybody lives 100 years, in London, their photo will come in the paper actually. Queen will give a cake, which we cannot see, which we cannot eat, because no teeth and no power to the eyes. Body is machine, temporary. So, Brian Alpaish, today, actually it is written, a day will come, the senior most citizen age will be 20. No, at least people are living up to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years. But as the age goes, as the Kali Yuga progresses, the lifespan will go down. So when there are this many problems and a very less lifespan, how will anyone cleanse the heart and awaken the love of God and go back to Vaikuntha planets, Krishna Loka? Time is short. By the time somebody lives like 50, 60, 70, 80 years, by the time you study, you're already 25, 30 years. Career, children brought up. So in between, there are so many anxieties. That's why this mantra is given, very shortcut. But it will cleanse the heart and it will awaken the love of God, and you'll go back to Godhead. Swami Prabhupada came to America. He started a magazine called Back to Godhead magazine in India. हम भगवत धाम जाएंगे वापस. We all will go back to Godhead. That's where we came from. So chanting helps very much. There may be other processes, but they're relatively very slow. Yes, today we read, right? Harinam, 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 Iva Kevalam. In this age, Harinam only. Kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatrinyada. In the age of Kali Yuga, nothing works. No other way, no other way, no other way. Chanting the Harinam is the only way. Who is telling this? Brahmanardiya Purana, Brahma is telling. Kalau doshanide rajan asti ekon mahan guna. Kali Yuga is coming. Doshanidhi, so many faults. So much degradation. So much of impurity everywhere. Why the rivers are polluted? Why the oceans are polluted? Because everyone's hearts are polluted. Hare Krishna. But then why did Maharaj Parikshit allow Kali to come in? One day Maharaj Parikshit was going. Can anyone guess who is Parikshit? Who is Parikshit?
Abhimanyu's son.
Abhimanyu's son. So Maharaj Parikshit, sometimes people think, if you become spiritual, no, there won't be any problems. No, this is Krishna's nephew. He was killed in the battlefield. So Krishna is telling, there are two attributes Krishna gives. We discussed this, why bad things happen to good people. What are the two attributes for this world? Dukhalayam ashashvatam. This is a place of misery. And so what is the second attribute? Temporary. So we cannot build Suksagar apartments here. This is a place of misery and a temporary. Means there will be little happiness, little distress. Little happiness, little distress. Actually, little happiness, more distress. Little happiness, more distress. That's how this world is designed. So that we will all endeavor to go back. Go back to where we came from, to our parents. So Maharaj, so when he was just married, Abhimanyu was just married. And couple of months later, war started. And Bhutra was pregnant. But Arjun's son died. But anyway, so who's from that womb of Uttara came Parikshit. So Parikshit became a king. Became a king. We'll see that in future actually. He became a king. And what happened? One day he was going. Suddenly he came across a person in a royal clothes. There was a cow standing. It did not have 3 legs. It was standing on 1 leg. And he's trying to beat that leg also. The cow was crying. The Maharaj Parikshit was upset because in my kingdom, how can anyone dare to kill a cow? Immediately he took the sword and he was about to cut off his head. And he said, wait, I am Kali. This is my time. Kali means quarrel and hypocrisy. So you should allow me to flourish. Maharaj Parikshit said, no, I cannot. So the moral is, why did, if knowing very well is a Kali, who would cause quarrel and hypocrisy, why did Maharaj Parikshit allow Kali to enter first case? All the good qualities will be slowly ruined. They'll be depleted. We don't see any good quality at all in Kali Yuga. So much of quarrel and hypocrisy. Kalau doshanidhi means what? It is a ocean of faults or mine of faults. But one good quality is there. What is that? For that reason, everyone looks for Kali Yuga. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. Just by chanting the name of Krishna, you will go back to Mukta, you'll get Mukti, you'll be liberated. Mid-90s, the doors for America were open. Many people didn't believe it. But whoever understood, they got their resumes processed and they went, they applied and they came to America. People who didn't believe, it took a little more time for them. Likewise, Kali Yuga, the process, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. So, what is that? For that one reason, Parikshit allowed Kali. People look for this. Like, if you write the name on your name on the question paper, pass. Because nobody follows. Nobody's writing to the exam hall. At least you came to the exam hall. So you write your name, you'll pass. The Lord Chaitanya, you got there in incarnation for this age. Very magnanimous, Radha and Krishna combination, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, he Anya. So what he did, he has given this mantra, taken it out from Kalisandran Upanishad and gave it freely. There used to be one tablet called, Vicks first. Then what happened? For cold. Then another tablet came, Vicks Action 500. Means this tablet, but on the top of it, little more. So this tablet not only will work on the cold, it will also work for fever also. So likewise, Hare Krishna Mantra, Lord Chaitanya, what he did, originally it has it will remove what is that? It will remove the quarrel and hypocrisy, Kali Kalmashanasana. But Lord Chaitanya added a Krishna Prema. Means for Krishna Prema to happen, your heart will be cleansed. So it will cleanse your heart, it will remove the impurities, it will awaken that love of God, and it will also remove qualities of Kali. So for that reason, he spread this mantra easily. So all over the world, when he was there, he also chanted, and what he did, so we will talk now, and the fourth one the diet will come later when we started. So Lord Chaitanya, he's the one. He said the goal of religion is not green card. Going to temple, goal of going to temple is not good job or getting a spouse. Goal of religion or bhakti is attaining the love of God. Raganuga bhakti, raganuga prema. So that's what, if you see Lord Shiva, you'll see Lord Shiva always like this in a deep meditation. To awaken that love of God. If you see Brahma, he'll be chanting on his beads, to awaken that, awaken the love of God, they're all liberated. But they want to look for constantly Krishna Prema. Lord Chaitanya came to give freely. Dhyayam sada parivavagna bhishtadoham tirthaspadam Siva Virinchi Nutam Saranyam. Siva Virinchi. Shiva and Virinchi means Brahma. Vrityaardhyam pranatamalabham abdipotam vande mahapurushate charanarvindam. So that Kali Yuga incarnation, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. He has come to give what Lord Brahma and Shiva are looking for. That love of God, Krishna Prema. Right? That when you attain the Prema, what type of joy? Your heart will be exploding with happiness. Tears will be cascading from eyes. And wow, because the soul is enjoying. Today our happiness is only sensual, gulab jamun for 30 seconds or gulab jamun and samosa 1 minute. That is our happiness. Our little sensual enjoyment here and there 15 minutes. For that we have to slog, we have to work very hard. So what he did, he has given that love of God to the animals also, tigers and deers. Even if you go to Jharkhand forest today, you will see the footprints of the deers, the tigers, and the elephants. He gave them, whomever he would see, they would attain the love of God. They would attain Krishna Prema, and they would roll in ecstasy. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Wow, that unlimited joy. Spiritual life has only beginning, no end. Because soul endlessly experiences happiness. Anandamayo abhyasat. What is the nature of the soul? To be happy all the time. So Lord Chaitanya gave it. What type of bhakti he gave? Prema bhakti. So that constant experience of love of God and unlimited joy within. One reporter asked Swami Prabhupada, what is Krishna consciousness? Prabhupada said, chanting, dancing, feasting. Actually, he said fasting and feasting, but Americans cannot fast. So what did he dropped fasting and he said, chant, then eat prasad, then come and jump up and down dancing. You'll digest the food. Again prasad. Dancing and prasad, dancing and prasad. That's it. Enjoy. Kevala Ananda Kanda. So, so Prabhupada came with that, Lord Chaitanya's, a commander. He came to America at the age of 70 with 40 rupees, and he established an international organization. And he transformed the hearts of hippies, drug addicts. And he lived only 12 years after that. And in 12 years, he traveled 13 times all over the world. And these are all the, this is one is Radhadesh, Belgium. Second thing is this is London, Manor. And this is actually Fisher Mansion, Detroit. He built a different, 108 temples in 12 years. People who do not know Rama and Krishna, he gave them, bhakti portion of Hinduism, bhakti yoga process of Hinduism. He gave them, of course, he simplified it so that Westerners could follow. And he established Rath Yatras. He established prasad. He has the prasadam distribution. And he established gurukulas. He established farms, because today in America, India, everyone is converting the farmlands into real estate. Very soon will be a problem actually, if we don't realize. So if you ask children, how does, where does rice come from? They will say Walmart or from a shop. They don't know how difficult it is to grow rice. Professor, no. We should generate. We should harvest our own rice, our own cloth, self-sufficiency. Ukraine, there's so much, war is going on. But there are no of course, devotees have 1 or 2, 3 forms, but so many devotees, So actually, Corona, that, that's global chain, global distribution chain, the distribution chain was affected. The prices increased like anything. The Prabhupada said self-sufficiency. Have few acres of land, 1 or 2 cows, and you'll be all right. But of course, today our lifestyles are very artificial lifestyles, And at least he presented that. So, we have Hare Krishna farms. Westerners, they do the farming actually, self-sufficiency. Mother Earth is suffering. In a couple of weeks to come, we have Earth Day. My Guru Maharaj said, Corona is long due. Mother Earth is suffering. He said, it's Mother Earth is pressing a reset button. So, Srila Prabhupada didn't just tell to chant, or didn't tell just to, do job and do some puja. No, he didn't say that. He gave a lifestyle, a simple living and high thinking. He gave a lifestyle. What is that? Simple living and high thinking. So he introduced festivals, he introduced, what is that? Education for children. He said if this education is bringing terrorists and thieves out of it, there is some problem. There should be quality education, And America, so many cities are number 1, they're known for crime actually. Chicago, Detroit, Flint, so many cities. He said, just chant the holy name sincerely and help us promote the holy name everywhere, help us distribute prasad, crime rate will go down. And how wife and husband should stay together with Krishna in the center with love and affection. And Garbhadan Sanskara, whatever, how to procreate good children. And so that the society will sustain in 40, 50 years later, he gave everything, Of course, his biggest contribution was his books. His name is there in Guinness Book of Records for having written so many books on Vedic culture. And his name is also there in Guinness Book of Records for having started the career very late and but became very successful. So whereas today we have practically he opened 108 centers in the 12 years, but we have probably around 800 plus centers and farms and educational institutions and restaurants, everywhere. So, but basically, A, B, C, D. The last one is D. I spoke on this, right? Diet prasad, very important. And I think Mataji sent mantras. If you don't have so much, of course, we cook for 2 hours, saying mantras for 2 minutes. I'm sure we have that 2 minutes time. And feed to the family members, children. One day they have to go to college and they have to make decisions on their own. You won't be there next to them. Where will they get the immunity from the onslaught of Kali, onslaught of whatever is happening around? And if they do mistakes, they regret. So how do you protect our children? Prabhupada says, continuously feed them prasad. Prasad will work like an antiseptic. And if they can chant 1-2 rounds before going to school, that's great. Take them to temple and train them in serving prasad, because you're cultivating the habit of giving. A person who gives, his or her heart will become wide, and they would never get depressed. But if we cultivate, today's education means what? I am the center, I should enjoy. I. What will you do for me? What will you do for me? They can never be happy. What will you do? What will you do? What can I do for you? So when children come to our temples, what we do? We make them serve prasad, even though they don't own it. So they learn the art of giving. So then they will not have the leech mentality, but they will develop, their heart will widen. Prasadam distribution, serving will widen the heart. These are the 4 things I just want to, a little bit emphasize on what I, on the top of what I spoke last week. And now we'll continue. Any question or comment, otherwise we'll continue to the next session. Does anyone have any question?
I have a question. Namaskar.
Namaste.
Can I ask? Okay, you finish it and then I'll ask.
Namaskar, Guruji.
Please tell me.
Why did, if he had the power, Parikshit didn't destroy Kali?
I think I said, but thank you. So Kali Yuga, what is, even though Kali Yuga is ocean of faults, by chanting the holy name of Krishna, Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Rajat, you will be, you'll be liberated. The Kali Yuga incarnation is Lord Chaitanya, according to Bhagavatam. Parikshit knew in the age of Kali, anybody chants the holy name, this Krishna's name, they'll be liberated very easily. Prabhuji, otherwise, in the other ages, you have to go to forest, leave the family, meditate for 100, 10s and 20s, 1,000, 30, 40, 50,000 years. People would do. But Kali Yuga, you just chant 10, 15, 20 years and you'll go back to Godhead. So Kali Yuga incarnation Lord Chaitanya. So that's why he gave that mantra, Hare Krishna mantra, from Kalisandra Upanishad. That sloka I told from Bhagavatam. So Lord Chaitanya, so what he did is Krishna himself, he gave this mantra. Chant this mantra, he'll go back to Godhead, because that is the That is a norm of Kali Yuga. Though Kali Yuga is ocean of faults, imagine what happens, Roji, the university, 1,000 people, 1,000 students write the exam. Out of 1,000 students, what happens? Imagine, pass mark is 35. 7 people passed. Vice Chancellor will say, controller of exams will say, no, nobody will join the university. Give the grace mark. They will give moderation. Pass mark, is now 20, 25. How many people passed? Only 30 people passed, 37 people. No, 35 is not good. 37 is. All right. So bring the pass mark to 20. How many people passed? 55. Achha. What happened? I think paper must be tough. Bring the pass mark to 10. How many people passed? 250. That's also not good. Bring the pass mark to 5. How many people passed? 950 people. Keep the pass mark 5. So that's how they give. I'm just giving an example. That's how the moderation is given, because Kali Yuga, nobody does it. I told, right, Manda, this verse is from Bhagavatam too. All the verses I quoted today from Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 12th canto. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyo patruta. Kali Yuga means so much of disturbance. See, right now, what is going on? One place. And they had actually snow also. It must be very cold. So on the top of war, on the top of these attacks. So Kali Yuga means constant disturbance. But if you, that's why even if you chant a little bit here and there, by the grace of Lord Chaitanya, you'll go back to Godhead. That is the prerogative, that is the advantage of Kali Yuga. Now all the sages look for Kali Yuga. Though it is so bad, the people who are a little bit sincere, who understand the and the lottery that is given in Kali Yuga, they wait for Kali Yuga to come and chant Krishna's name, and they'll go back to Godhead. I know of at least a couple of stories. One day before leaving the world, they revealed their spiritual form and where they're going, which part of Krishna's planet, and they left the world. Some are actually practically many are not Indians. They're all Westerners. So the process works wonders. So it's so clear. Goal is Goloka Vrindavan Krishna Loka. Process, chant the holy name, and process is Bhakti Yoga. How do you practice Bhakti Yoga? A for association. Come and associate like this. 1 hour a week. B for read one sloka with family. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. See, chant the holy name. Going to bathroom for half an hour. So come out and clean the heart for half an hour. Dr. Uma is there in the call. She has been chanting 16 months for how many years? Probably 15, 16 years. She is married. She has kids. She works as a doctor. But she understood this is the only bank account that will come with me. She's the one, because of her actually, this whole thing started, her and sister Padmavati. So the point I'm making is you can also do the same thing. But last week somebody said, slate, yes, start today. Why not? The effort you put to get a medical entrance, seat in there, clear medical entrance, 50% if you put, you'll attain the perfection. But we need to be sincere. So process is very easy, because Kali Yuga, everything is topsy-turvy. So by chanting the holy name, we'll go back to Godhead. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya, the Yuga Avatar. That's why Parikshit allowed Kali to enter. Clear?
Namaskar, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. I just wanted to ask you that for past 1 week, I am trying to pray and chant mantras in front of the idol. And what is happening is that so many thoughts and so many that I have to do this, I have to do this kind of thoughts come. But while I'm driving or cooking, when I'm doing, I'm completely involved with that. So how should I don't know whether what I'm doing is correct or not.
Yes and no. So, okay, I'll tell you the nature of the mind. We'll do that session soon. Art of mind control. We're in the very preliminary sessions. These are called curtain raisers of Bhagavad Gita. So, mind means sankalpa vikalpa. Mind knows only two things: yes and no. You know, you watch a cricket match. You watch a cricket
Yes.
match. 50 hours
Yes,
in the
Guruji.
morning, 50 hours in the evening. Your mind will never give you trouble. And you go to a movie, 3 hours. Do you think mind will give you trouble there? Definitely not. You go
No.
to party, you hang on with from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the night. Mind will never give you trouble. And you sit and chant for one round, 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. That time mind will say, hey, tomorrow you have an interview meeting, send an email. You have to, you forget to buy this, you go and buy. Then you ask your mind, I waited there. I watched a movie, then you didn't tell me this. I watched a cricket match, you didn't tell me this. I went for a party and spent hours and hours, you didn't tell me this. Why are you telling this? In other words, mind has only, gulab jamun, mind says yes. So when you're eating gulab jamun, mind wants it. So mind will not give you trouble. Rasgulla, yes. Then what is that? Party, yes. Cricket's movie, yes. And what is that? Chit-chatting, yes. Talking on the phone, yes. Going to temple, no. Washing pots, no. Serving the spouse, definitely no. And what is that? Chanting the holy name, no. Going to office, no. If you don't go to office, who will pay the mortgage and who will pay the tuition fee? Already, yes. So anything mind likes, it will say yes. Anything mind doesn't like, you say no. But if you remember, your success came by saying no to the mind and doing it. Like, I don't know your profession. Let us say you're a doctor. So during entrance, you're sleeping. You are sleepy. But
No, I teach in a college.
You're a professor.
Yes.
So lecture, whatever. So during your exams time, mind says take rest. So no, I want to study now. I didn't cover the portion, so let me study. So the more you resist your mind and do your job, that there you get more success. So likewise, mind will never tell you on Monday to go to office, but you'll go to office because you get salary. Likewise here, you tell the mind, this is also good mind. Chanting is good. Mind says, no, not good. No, this is very good. You do this like for 6 months. Then one day mind will understand, I think this is good. Actually, mind will be controlled. Mantra, manastrayati iti mantra. Mantra will be controlled. For that reason, so mind will reject this. But you tell the mind, this is good mind. This is very good mind. So you do like 3 months sincerely. Then 3 to 4 months, the mind will be going here and there. Arjuna has the same question. Chanchalayana Krishna Pramati Balvadradam Yasyaham Nigraham Manya Vayureva Sudushkram. Krishna, you can control the cyclonic wind.
Trying to break them, but that is not going to happen.
Hare Krishna. So I cannot control my mind. Krishna says, Asamsayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena Kaunteya Vairagyana Chadushyate. I agree with you, Arjuna. The nature of the mind is a fickle monkey. The nature of the mind is a fickle monkey mind. So how will you control the mind? Abhyasa, practice, and a detachment. So first practice. So when you're driving and chanting, your focus is on the driving. So mind says, all right, I'm okay with that. Because if you attentively chant, I'll not be controlled. That's okay with, you'll get a feeling you're doing something, but the result is almost zero. It's like shooting an empty gun, and there are no bullets. If you really want to attain success in mantra meditation, sit in one corner and try. What is the result? The result is Initially, sadness. I can't focus more than 3 mantras. It is going away. But try and try and try. Then slowly it will happen. But my request to you, the success comes from chanting the holy name. But of course, do service. Do service to, we say devotee, Vaishnava Seva, Bhakta Seva. Do service to devotees. I mean, if you're in the basic beginning, don't worry. Get up in the morning and sit in one corner. Try to focus, understanding that mind will go away, but try your best. Don't worry so much about I'm not getting any success. No, please. Medicine works. If you know the efficacy, the potency or not. Hare Krishna mantra also works. But of course, we should not watch the cell phone and chant. We should not drive, what is that? Drive and chant. We should not watch movie and chant. That is wrong. But sit in one corner and try sincerely. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Guruji, I'll try.
Thank you. Any other question?
I have a question, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
See, does soul carries our sins to the next birth? See, some karmas I do some karmas in this birth. I do some sins in this birth, and this particular balance, whatever we desires, whatever you call, that soul carries. Does soul carry to the next birth? If so, how can you call soul as a pure soul?
Nice point. Listen carefully. Little, what do you call, technical. Your name, sir?
Sir, Kalyan, sir.
Kalyan. Okay. Everyone heard this. When Kalyanji said, Roji said, how can you call pure soul as pure soul? You go to next life, and next life you'll take your karma and desires. Some desires may be impure. Some desires may be pure, some desires may be impure. And the karma reaction is impure. Then how can you call the soul as pure soul? Fantastic, wonderful question. Should I show a screen and explain, or I'll show you a screen and explain, that way you'll have a better idea. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Because it is here only. And I think I spoke only yesterday, that's why it should be somewhere near. Can you see the screen, everybody?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we have, last time, those of you remember, we have 3 bodies, you remember? One is gross body. Gross body is made up of earth, water, fire, ether. Pancha Bhautika Deham. You remember that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this is the gross body that we have. And within that we have a subtle body comprising a mind, intelligence, and ego, right? We have taken millions of births, crores of births. We have only one mind, one intelligence, one ego, manasa, buddhi, ahankara, right? So within that, we have a soul. Soul has a body, but soul is called Sachitananda, Sat Chitananda, eternity, knowledge, and bliss, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Kalyanji, the answer is here. All, soul is always pure. Soul is always pure. But the soul, what happens when you declared rebellion on Krishna? We are caught by Maya, material energy. So when we declared rebellion on Krishna, then Maya will come and catch us, and we acquire avidya, ignorance, and Maya's quality is ahankara. Ahankara means, you know, ahankara, right? Ego, false ego. So soul acquires that ego.
You know what? Let's reconnect, okay? Leave, okay?
I'm sorry. So the soul, which has acquired ahankar, soul starts identifying with the subtle body and gross body. This is the point, Roji. Soul caught by Maya, starts identifying with the gross body and subtle body. I'm repeating again. Soul caught by Maya starts identifying with the gross body and subtle body. Can you repeat this line?
Soul caught by Maya identifies with subtle body and gross body.
But actually it identifies, but subtle body is different, gross body is different, because they're both matter. Gross body is gross matter, subtle body is subtle matter, but soul is spirit. You know, like for example, if you pour oil in the water, they don't mix. You know, even though oil is in the water, oil and water in the same container, they don't mix at all. Oil is oil, water is water. So the soul starts identifying with the gross body and subtle mind. In other words, I'll tell an example to you. You'll understand very well. You're ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Moon is 90,000 miles away, and moon is looking into the lake, and the image of the moon, he is looking his face into the lake. So suddenly what happened? The water moved, causing the image of the moon to shrink. When the image shrunk, you know, like that, when image was shrunk like that, the moon starts thinking, oh, my face become, my base, you know, it shrank now. He started crying. Then what happened? The water went further, you know, making the image of the moon face big, elongating it. Then the moon started crying, oh, my face become wide now. Do you think it is foolishness or not?
Yes, yes, it is foolishness.
Exactly like that. Soul, which has no connection with matter, whatever happens on the body level, because we misidentify with the body, you know, because we misidentify with the body, we see the changes of the body, we think it's happening to us. That's why real charity is not giving food or medicine to somebody. Real charity is making somebody making somebody awake to this truth. Prabhu, you are not this body. You know, you should come out of the bodily consciousness, or you do sadhana to become free from the Maya, so that you'll become free from that bodily consciousness. That is the real charity. You know, see, for example, I'll give you an example. Today, people identify happiness with the bank account, you know, a bangla, you know, some family relationships. But monk who doesn't have anything, you know, is happy. Happiness is a state of consciousness. Happiness is not like, you know, even if you have the whole world in your pocket, if you're not happy, you're not happy. But if you have found that happiness, or if you found the nature of the soul, you're happy even if you don't have anything. So why? Because happiness is a state of consciousness, which is the nature of the soul. Today, people want to show others they're happy by acquiring things, positions and possessions. But inside they are not, because they are caught by Maya. So my point is, if you awaken somebody to their reality, that's the biggest service actually. You know? So today, that is not there. People are trying to find happiness through possessions and positions. So we may think they are happy, but they're not, you know. So that's why I'm repeating again, last sentence. Soul is a illusion to believe I am this body and I am the mind. honestly speaking, you are not the mind, you are not the body. If you want, I'll prove one more line. Should I prove?
Yes.
So you have seen, right? There is intelligence and there is mind, right? Can you
Yeah.
see this?
Yeah.
So your friends will come to your home and say, Kalyanji, come for party. So mind will say, go. But you have intelligence. No, don't go. Tomorrow you have a serious operation to perform in the office, in the hospital. Then you say, no, I'm busy tomorrow, I cannot come. So we have come all the way from California, No, let us go for a party, The mind will say, no. They came from this, so far, go to the party. The intelligence will say, every 3 months they come and they'll bother you. Last time you went and I went last time like this and I ruined my next day in the office. I will not go. So the point I'm making is, if you listen to your mind, you will go to the party. If you listen to your intelligence, you will not go. You'll give some excuse. In other words, sometimes you're listening to mind, sometimes you're listening to intelligence. Means you're not the mind, you're not the intelligence. You understand?
Yeah.
Got it right?
Got it. Prabhuji.
So the point I'm making is, we are, by the power of Maya, we are illusion to think we are this body, but we are not. So somebody
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
1 minute. Somebody has to. So that's why sadhana. Sadhana means a spiritual practice where slowly but steadily you will realize this eventually. Overnight you will not realize this. I have a professor here. Her father got cancer. She came to India and she said, Father, you're not this body, Father. Arey, what are it? Just by saying doesn't work. Father said, I am this body, I'm suffering from cancer. So because the ego is so powerful, so we misidentify with the matter. We misidentify with the mind and we misidentify with the body, but we are not. So real thing is we should do intense sadhana before we reach the end of the life, so that we can become free from that deha bhranti. Okay. That's what I can tell, Prabhuji. I don't know whether you understood or not, but tried my best to explain to you.
Got it. Prabhuji. Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Swarupa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, as you said, association is most important to be in spiritual path. It happened to me, Prabhuji, with the blessings of you and Lord Krishna. Recently, I went as an examiner to Raichur. There, one of my co-examiner was an ISKCON disciple. So she was chanting. I also started chanting with her. Then I never thought that I can chant 16 rounds. Is it possible in my lifetime? I used to think. But it happened, Prabhuji. Past 3 days, I started chanting 16 rounds. Really, with complete concentration. It was so much. I'm happy that I could able to do it. This is all because of your blessings, Prabhuji.
Let me tell you, you have Krishna's blessings and, Prabhupada's blessings, and continue doing it. Amazing. That's how the mercy comes. And all glories to you. But only thing is, continue. So keep on having association until you become steady. Otherwise, some problem will come and you'll give it up. So stay in the association. And if you continue for like 3-4 months, then it'll continue. You'll have your own track and you'll follow. But next 2 to 3 months, you should continue, no matter what. Ideal thing is sleep early, rise early, and finish your rounds. That's the best thing, actually, because Brahma Muhurta is the ideal time in the morning. Nobody would get up in the morning. Everyone would be sleeping that time. No cell phone signals, So there's a good possibility. Mode of goodness also is prominent in the morning. So you can focus actually in the morning, But of course, we don't have we don't have strict rules. You can chant in the night also. But night is, night means what? Tamagun, It's a little difficult to focus. But at least somehow doing is better than not doing, and trying sincerely is better than somehow doing. Okay, congratulations, Amma.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Amazing. Any other question or comment?
Prabhuji, I have one more question, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
this is one of my friend asked me, but I could not answer this. See, why do this body face all the trouble because of past karmas? Like, I was an X in my previous birth, and now I am Y. But due to some past karmas, why body is getting all the troubles? Why? Because of past karmas, why I should face? Why this body should face the trouble?
Because of the past karmas, why this body should, earlier I was an X body, now I'm in Y body. So because of the past karma, I got Y body now. And why should I suffer in Y body, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
That is how the nature's laws work, Prabhuji. You know, what is that? Karmana daiva nitrena jantur dehopapataye striyo pravishyodharam pumsoreta kanasraya. Fish tail decides the movement of the fish. Likewise, our karma decides our movements. So there is a sloka in the 13th chapter Bhagavad Gita. You know, do you know this? We all, sat in the womb of the mother, head down, feet up for 9 months. Then we came out. First 2 years, 3 years, we couldn't speak. First 1 year, we couldn't walk. We don't remember that, but we all agree that, right? But then, then we start becoming big. The answer to your question is, try to listen a couple of points. One, every action has equal and opposite reaction is not only Newton's third law, but it is nature's law. So today, if you are not practicing Bhakti Yoga, you're doing certain actions, that is giving reaction. In other words, you are preparing your next body today. Whatever you're doing in this life, you are making, you're the cause of your next body to come. 13th chapter Gita says, Krishna says that, based on past karma, you will get the next body, which will give you some suffering and some happiness. So that is that was created by you. I'm trying to recollect the sloka. Yesterday I told, but it's not coming now. So the point is, the point is, Krishna has devised a means by which we go through certain happiness and distress. When we go through the distress, that will become an impetus to come to the spiritual path where we do sadhana, where we slowly stop doing wrong things and do follow right things, our dharma, and eventually we transcend. That's why one should come to the mode of goodness and there follow the bhakti process, bhakti yoga process, and transcend means go beyond goodness, be liberated. So a couple of points to add on what I said is, first of all, you're preparing your next body based on your action and reaction today. So you do throughout your life action and reaction, action and reaction, action and reaction. Based on that, srotra chakshus personancha rasanam ghranameva adishtaya manaschayam vishyanupasevate. So you have a desire to enjoy. You have desire to do things. The name of the chapter is nature, enjoyer, and consciousness. Prakriti, Purusha, and Chetana. So what is our problem? We want to enjoy, independent of God. That's why we fell down. What is the reason for falling down? We want to enjoy independent of God. We call Krishna. Krishna says in Gita, Ichha dvesha samuttena dvandva mohana bharata. Ichha, desire. When we can't enjoy independent of him, dvesha, envy. So we are in this world means we have flag of envy. We all. So the real spirituality is not which temple you go, which process you go, but real spirituality is, are you curbing your envy? Are you curbing your enjoying propensity? You can enjoy, offer prasad and eat and enjoy. Go to kirtan, do kirtan and enjoy. Help others and enjoy. In a very responsibly get married and give birth to children, take care of them, and have pleasure with family members. That's fine. This is a dharmic way that will liberate you actually. So but the point is, when God is not there, then what happens? It will create a reaction. It will create different varieties of reactions. Based on that, we'll get a particular ear, particular nose, particular eyes, particular body color, and we are preparing our body. One doctor told me, what brought me to spirituality was when I saw patients. Every person in this world, their immunity is different. Every patient has a different immunity. One day, one doctor performed operation on a patient. Patient is, became alive. Doctor died because the disease was so powerful. He was affected by that when he was performing operation, and doctor died. So everyone's immunity is different. Everyone's bodily color is different. The voice is different. So the point is how this body is coming into existence. The previous karma. Srotra chakshur sparsanam cha rasanam ghranam evacha. For somebody eyesight fails, they wear glasses when they are 20. Somebody wears glasses at 60. Somebody wears it at 40. Who is deciding? Karma. So this is how nature's laws work. When your body is very strong at the age of 20, everything is going on well. You have some previous little good karma, bhaktanmukh sukruti, you'll come to bhakti, and I should utilize my life. So what is this life? Eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Morning eating, nighttime some sense enjoyment and sleep. I'm bored with that. What is life all about? Bhagavad Gita. Oh, little really. So let me become serious, and I want to become free from the cycle of birth and death. Great. Somebody does it in 20 years. Somebody does it 30 years. Somebody does it 40 years. Body is giving trouble. Money is there. So much money is there bank. But body is giving trouble. I think I'm not this body. So many people died in Corona. Let me become serious in spiritual life. Some people don't realize at the age of 60. Body has become really weak. I think I'm not his body. So Krishna has devised this whole process. One day you will come to Krishna consciousness. Either in the youth or middle age or old age or in the last days, somewhere you will start. This whole world is designed in such a way that it would bring one to the path of Bhakti, Krishna consciousness. Either through happiness or either by giving happiness or distress. Nature will impel you to put you on that path. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it. Thank you for asking nice questions, Kalyanji. Oh, amazing.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyone has any points? Actually, I want to start the new chapter, but I think it's late. It's already, I forgot it's time now there for you. Anyone has any point? Otherwise, should we end it? I have a question for everyone, are these sessions, this introductory Bhagavad Gita sessions, are they appealing to you?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. Do you have
Yes.
any suggestions to make it better? Or this is fine?
The question answer sessions can be at the end. Maybe I don't know whether the content what you are supposed to give that we are missing with these questions. So how we can whether we can increase the time or how it can be done, I don't know.
I mean, people cannot hear more than 1 hour actually, you know. And the retentions, you know, the ability to retain will go down. It's not easy, you know. So that's why not more than 1 hour actually, you know. I mean, I think you all have, you know, a lot of purity. That's why you're able to retain after 1 hour. But so in America, people not more than half an hour actually, you know, half an hour, 40 minutes. You know. The question answers are very good because what happens, we get to, others also get to learn from others' questions actually. That's what I can tell. Any other thing, you know? So if you don't have any suggestions and
Good evening, Prabhuji. Could you explain the 7 chakras of the body in the next session?
what did you say? Could you explain?
7 chakras of the body. Like for that, can you arrange a session? Like
Who is this?
Archana, sir.
Archana. You know what? You know, we have actually a flow. They will definitely come. I mean, I can a little bit bring it forward, no doubt. Actually, the 7 chakras, they come in Ashtanga Yoga, 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, and Brahma Pucham Pradishta, the 5 coverings of the soul, they come in 13th chapter. So they will all come. Actually, if everyone comes without missing, sincerely, if you allocate 1 hour of your week, you get to learn a lot actually, you know. You'll understand what is the basis on which the, you know, what is the foundation on which this whole world functions. Krishna is, you know, the supreme personality of Godhead is speaking, the person who has created this world and who is maintaining this world and is actually eventually destroying it through his energies. He is speaking, you know, so you will get everything, you know. But yes, we can eventually, yes, it will come. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So if nothing is there, then you should allow me to, and I'm sure it's a little late for all of you. I'm very grateful that, you know, you're joining, and if I've spoken anything wrong, please do excuse me as your humble servant, but very grateful for your patient audience. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Was your voice audible?
Yeah.